Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Junk Art. Junk Art is a fairly straightforward game with many different variations. The winner is the person who manages to collect the most fans of 3 of those variations that are possible. This is all the variation cards that come in the box. In amongst those variation cards, there are also some blank ones that you can make your own variations if that's part of what you enjoy doing. So because there are so many variations, every time I have to play this game, I have to look up what that variation does, simply because I just can't remember them. So what I'm going to do on this particular video is give you the basics of the rules, and then the playthrough will play through one of the variations, even though you have to finish 3 or win at 3 to get to the end and win the game. Generally, everyone will have one of these in front of them, and that's what you're building on. Each variation will give you different numbers of cards, or you'll be taking cards from the stack. Each variation may have you handing a card to the next player, and the player order, or the direction of play, should I say, is shown in the top right hand corner. So this one plays to the right, that one plays to the left, and that one plays to the right again. Each variation has a number of fans that you'll receive at the end of the city. This is the 1, this is the 5. And whoever has the most fans at the end of the game is the winner of the game. What we're trying to do is, as the title suggests, build junk art. So we have all of these pieces. Each of those pieces has 1 card. So the top card is talking about that particular piece. You would need to find that piece, which I believe is this one, and then you would have to build with that piece. You can put it any way. Now, there are some basic rules that need to be followed in every game. They are, as soon as you pick up the piece that is marked on the card, or the first piece if you have to choose between 2 pieces. So let's say that's our next piece. As soon as you pick it up, that is now my active piece. Until I've picked that up, the last piece placed is the active piece. This is my active piece. I will need to place that onto what has previously been placed. You notice I used 1 hand. I could have used 2 hands if I wished. I just find the game works a bit easier on 1 hand. What this piece is not able to do is touch the table. So let's just put that on a thing so you can see the bottom. So we've got the base. We can't go onto the table. We need to stay above that base with everything that we're placing. If it helps you, you may hold the base with 1 hand and place the piece with the other. If you need to, so let's go for another piece. Say it's that piece, which is this one. If you need some space, you are allowed to move pieces around using the piece that you're going to place. You cannot, with your hands, touch any of the pieces in your structure. If the city you're in has you choosing between 2 pieces that you're going to have to place both of them, you'll choose one of them and that will become your active piece, and then the other one will become your active piece once you pick that one up. You're not going to try and place them both at the same time. That's the basic rules. At some point during your turn, say that one's joined next, at some point something's going to fall off, like it did just then. Some of the cities you visit will require you to keep these pieces, and if you hit a certain number of fallen items, you're out of that turn. Others will just allow you, or will need you, to put those pieces back onto your structure before you continue. If this player causes this player, there's another player just there, to have any pieces fall, then the player who caused the fall will need to take them into their pile or add them onto their own structure before moving on. That's all of the basic rules. There is a rule book, that's just here, that has the name of each city listed at the top. Now, depending on which city you go to, it will tell you which way you need to play. So for example, if we go to Pisa, what we're looking at is these rules. So what Pisa requires, put them all back for the moment, put that underneath there so you can see what we're doing. What Pisa requires is that 2 base pieces are put together. We will deal cards to the table. So let's say there's 2 players, so we'll deal 1 card to the table. If there are 4 players, we'll deal 3 cards to the table. If there are 6 players, we'll deal 5, etc. The player will need to choose the one of the face-up structures. So I've got only 2 players playing at the moment. So there's only one to choose from. You don't actually have a choice. You have to choose that one. If there were 3 players, there would be 2 pieces. So the active player would choose between those 2 pieces. So let's say he chose that one. He would find that piece and build that onto the structure. This is in a 3-player game. We'll do 2 cards to the table. We'll choose one of them. Most likely he'll choose that one. The other one gets discarded. So we end up with a pile of cards that haven't been placed and a pile of cards that have been placed. Once that one runs out, we'll take that pile, shuffle it together, and start fresh dealing out our 2, and we'll continue on that way until all of the cards have been discarded. With Pisa, you're playing until one player has 2 pieces fallen off the structure. So whenever a piece falls off, you put it in front of you and you count them up. As soon as you have 2, you're out. Everyone else will gain 3 fans, and then you get to start the next one. So look, I'll leave it there. That's a really brief explanation of Junkard. Please go ahead and watch the playthrough video to see how Pisa plays out. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.